Alternative formats for this presentation can be found on the Financial Services website. Visit the Financial Services training page. Email us at finance.training@queensu.ca or give us a call at 613-533-2050. Taxable versus non-taxable payments and choosing the correct payment process. Taxable income can be a complex subject. This module will provide guidance and resources that can help eliminate much of the guesswork. Know who to ask when you have a question. In this module, we will discuss awards, both academic and non-academic, gifts and awards to employees, honorariums, speaker fees, and visiting lecture fees. We'll define service providers, consultants, non-consultants, and employees, professional services, both non-clinical and Faculty of Health Sciences clinical, research study participants, and we will provide additional resources. Awards include bursaries, scholarships, fellowships, and prizes. The office responsible for providing award payments will depend on how the award is classified. The classification of the award and the award's recipient will determine if the payment is considered taxable income. To learn more about the payment process and the issuance of applicable tax slips in each case, use this table to know who to contact for guidance. For example, if the award is classified as a registered academic undergraduate award, contact Student Awards. If the award is classified as registered academic graduate award, contact the School of Graduate Studies. And for non-registered academic or non-academic awards, contact Payroll Services in Financial Services. Gifts and awards to employees. A gift has to be for a special occasion, such as a religious holiday, a wedding, or the birth of a child. An award has to be for an employment-related accomplishment, such as an outstanding service award, not recognition of job performance. Cash includes currency, checks, and direct deposits. A near-cash item is one that functions as cash, or an item that can be easily converted to cash, such as a gift card. A non-cash item is one where there is no element of choice, such as tickets to an event on a specific date and time. Gifts and awards to employees paid from Queen's funds. A gift to an employee is always taxable. An award to an employee has to be for an employment-related accomplishment, such as outstanding service, employees' suggestions, or meeting or exceeding safety standards. It is recognition of an employee's overall contribution to the workplace, not recognition of job performance. Generally, a valid non-taxable award is a non-cash item and has clearly defined criteria, a nomination and evaluation process, and a limited number of recipients. It is the department's responsibility to contact Payroll Services and ensure that taxable gifts and awards are included on an employee's T4. For details, contact payroll.services@queensu.ca. An honorarium is defined as a non-solicited payment for services for which no fee is set or legally attainable. A speaker fee is an honorarium paid to a speaker, facilitator, or performer on a one-time short-term basis. A visiting lecture fee is a payment for services provided by an external party, one who has been solicited to give a lecture. In this table, we will provide the process for payment depending on who the payee is. For example, when the payee is a Queen's employee, complete the Payroll Additional One-Time Payment Request form and forward the form to Financial Services, Payroll Services. Complete all fields on the form. The account ID to use is 590002. The tax slip issued will be a T4. When the payee is external to Queen's and a resident of Canada, complete the check requisition form and forward to Financial Services Accounts Payable. If the payee is HST registered, provide the original invoice, an HST number, and the proprietor's name if it's not evident. The account ID to use is 641008. The tax slip will be a T4A. If the payee is not HST registered, provide an original invoice, SIN number, home address. The account ID to pay from is 641008. The tax slip issued will be a T4A. If the payee is incorporated, provide an original invoice. The account ID is 641008 and there will be no tax slip issued. When the payee is external to Queen's and a non-resident of Canada and services are provided in Canada, The form to complete is the check requisition form. Complete the form and forward it to Financial Services Accounts Payable. When the payee is HST registered, provide an original invoice, HST number, and the proprietor's name if it's not evident. The account ID is 641008, and the tax slip issued will be a T4A and R. If the payee is not HST registered, provide the original invoice if fee payment, Social Security number or foreign equivalent, a home address, and bank information if it's a wire transfer. The account ID is 641008 and the tax slip will be a T4ANR. When the payee is incorporated, provide an original invoice and banking information if it's a wire transfer. The account ID is 641008 and there will be no tax slip issued. Note, for these payments, if the payment is greater than $1,000, that is, greater than or equal to $1,000.01, a 15% withholding tax will apply. Service providers. Consulting service provider, or CSP. Consultant means a person or entity that under an agreement other than an employment agreement provides expert or strategic advice and related services for consideration and decision making. Consulting services means the provision of expertise or strategic advice that is presented for consideration and decision making. All consulting services must be vetted by way of strategic procurement services. Non-consulting service provider, or NCSP, an individual or company who contracts to provide services other than consulting services to another individual or business. Examples may include consultants such as property brokers, headhunters, trainers, or a temporary agency who is backfilling for an employee on a short-term basis. An employee is an individual who is on payroll with deductions made at source. An individual may be hired on a full or part-time, temporary, or permanent basis. The organization reserves the right of direction and control over the employee's actions, has the power to dismiss the individual, and provides the tools and equipment for the job. Professional services. Professional services represent fee-for-services provided by university-trained professionals such as doctors, lawyers, accountants, consultants, and others. Professional services non-clinical include payments for audit fees, consulting fees, creative artists, faculty corporation fees, facilitators coach fees, investment services, legal fees, medical services, network consultants fees, speaker fees, and other professional fees. For professional services within the Faculty of Health Sciences clinical, payments include income earned for GFT clinical fees, GFT faculty corporation fees, GFT shadow billing, non-GFT clinical adjunct locum, and clinical preceptors. How to process a payment. If the payee is non-clinical, non-employee, non-incorporated, complete the check requisition form and forward the form to Financial Services Accounts Payable. If the payee is HST registered, provide the original invoice, HST number, and the proprietor's name if it's not evident. For example, John Smith Company versus ABC Company. If the payee is not HST registered, provide the original invoice, SIN number, and a home address. In these cases, the account ID will begin with 6250. The tax slip issued will be a T4A. If the payee is non-clinical, non-employee, incorporated, complete the check requisition form and forward the form to Financial Services Accounts Payable. Provide an original invoice and an HST number if applicable. The account ID will begin with 6250. There will be no tax slip issued in this case. Professional Services Faculty of Health Sciences Clinical. How to process payment. When the payee is clinical employee, non-incorporated, the payment is made by way of the HR PeopleSoft system. An appointment data sheet is required. Be sure to complete all system fields. The account ID begins with 6256 and a T4A will be issued. For payees who are clinical employee incorporated, complete the check requisition form and forward the form to Financial Services Accounts Payable. A spreadsheet template listing monthly payments for professional doctors' income and the appointment data sheet to support spreadsheet remains on file in the department and in HR. The account ID will begin with 6256. There will be no tax slip issued. For payees who are clinical, non-employee, non-incorporated, complete the check requisition form and forward the form to Financial Services Accounts Payable. Non-incorporated provide original invoice, SIN number, and a home address. The account ID will begin with 6256 and a T4A will be issued. Where the payee is a clinical non-employee incorporated, complete the check requisition form and forward the form to Financial Services Accounts Payable. For incorporated, provide an original invoice. The account ID will begin with 6256. There will be no tax slip issued. Note, for assistance with completing spreadsheet templates and providing correct chart fields, including the account ID and class ID if applicable, contact the Faculty of Health Sciences Business Office. A research study participant is one who takes part in a research study. Before paying a research study participant, be sure to review the Payments to Research Study Participants procedural document located on the University Secretariat and Legal Counsel website, Policies page. How to process the payment. Payments can be made in one of three ways. The procedural document defines all three options and the required process to follow in each case. Clear instructions are provided with regards to required forms, documentation, and the issuance of the appropriate tax slip where applicable. For additional assistance, contact research.accounting@queensu.ca. For additional resources, contact Canada Revenue Agency at www.cra-arc.gc.ca or email Financial Services Payroll Services at payroll.services@queensu.ca. How may we help you today? Give us a call at 613-533-2050. Email us at finance@queensu.ca. Be sure to visit the Financial Services website. We are located at 207 Stewart Street, 3rd floor, Rideau Building. Hours of operation are Monday through Friday. We are open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To learn more or to review additional training resources and video tutorials, be sure to visit the Financial Services training page.